Why, hello everyone, and welcome back to DotAGE. Yes, like, seriously, just because we were having a flower festival during the apocalypse, you didn't think we were done yet, did you? Because I love this, and there are still many more memory beans in my mind to joggle, and a lot more to discover in our DotAGE experiences. So, we are going to carry on, and we are going to begin the tale of a new elder. And I thought this time around, I would let all of you be witness to it from the very, very beginning. And that's mostly to show you guys, we've got a lot of memory beans. We've got a lot of memory beans. If you recall, we now have 81 memory points to basically distribute across the array of things that we could remember. And I wanted to go ahead and spend some time reminiscing with all of you, perhaps around the hearth that we have in the village of Are We There You, and poke some of these memories before we begin, just so we know what we might happen to run into. So, considering we barely touched any of the hundreds of events that could happen, we had people slapping each other, we had people wishing each other well, we had people getting into fights, we had strangers showing up who turned out to be good this time, but could have been, axe murderers, literally, I guess. We didn't have any fish this time either because fish were not in the area that we were working with, but we did end up actually needing a gravedigger. But even after people died of consumption in the village of Are We There You, nobody went into mourning, so I guess that was good. And we didn't have any cats, which I am still just boggled by. I want a cat. The cat would be so much fun to have wander by. It would be just delightful. It doesn't need any housing. It doesn't work. It gives you hope every day. It leads to both positive and negative random events. And it's only one of many of the very important pips that we could possibly run into. And by jogging our memories, we will be able to understand even more of the very important pips that might be out there. So before we begin our story with a new elder and a new village to tend to, and make it a lot harder than we did the last one, so things are going to be vastly more risky and perhaps a little bit more aligned with what it's like in RimWorld, because I'm totally not using these adventures to soften you guys up and prepare you for that. I only have 4,000 hours in RimWorld. And I'm still not good at it, but that's because I spend so much time playing with mods. But that all aside, let's go ahead, let's sit around the hearth and let's share our memories together and unlock a few more of the many things that we might be able to do. So, more buildings. If this turns out to be a way to heal pips in mass with the consumption issue, I'm gonna feel a little bad because I thought it was maybe just carpentry or something to do with wood because it looks like axes. And it wasn't until I was playing Gloomhaven with my husband again and looking down at his bone saw guy that I was like, oh wait, bone saw. Maybe that wasn't carpentry, maybe it was actually a doctor. So, what is behind this more buildings memory? A brick kneader? Whoa! To use flour to make bricks? Wow, well we had plenty of stones, but I guess if you are in an open grassland, for instance, I don't know if that's one of the types of worlds that we might be in, because I've only ever done one village with you guys. And since all of the villages are tied into the same memory files, memory beans, that I haven't played without you. So just to break immersion for a second. So all this is a surprise! Yay! Brick kneader. I have never set foot in the house of the brickmaker, as I could not stand all the flour on the floor. So they would use flour to go ahead and create bricks, and they would have the same job as the brickmaker who stole our stones to do that. Ooh, stone workbench. Whoa, and it turns into tools? Oh, that would have been so useful. When they were made out of stone, all tools look suspiciously like oddly shaped rocks. Oh my goodness. All right. So thankfully that wasn't actually anything to do with, curing pips, because I would have felt pretty gosh darn bad. Also, I really hope we can figure out how to make the ground. Well, I guess that fertile grounds ended up being an event. And the birds! I completely forgot that we could have little bird beans show up. Oh my gosh. Like, that would be very cute, as long as we don't have to, like, well, I'm sure tiny bird feathers would be fine. Yeah, totally fine. Also, I wonder if they eat our seeds, because it didn't say they could do anything, but it said they eat seeds, so gotta think about that. Yes, we learned about the injuries, unfortunately, and we were about here. Yeah, we were here before the village of Are We There You finally managed to defeat the domains and unlock these last memories about a shaman who happens to be the new elder that we may or may not be working with this time. With a penchant for mysterious words and a strong love for all kinds of animals, the shaman was not an easy woman to work for. And I think we might have to consider, since there happen to be multiple elders, and we could pick between Matthias, our grumpy one, or the shaman. It doesn't say what her personality is like, but she does happen to know about a whole bunch of new things that we could work with. But we found her and we learned about sheep! Adorable little over fluffy sheep who need sheared last time as the last of the gifts that we gained from Are We There You. So I thought we were going to unlock tons of things, but just one memory has already taken away a lot of our memory points. Let's carry on. We will be careful as we can not to peek as we look on as this new memory becomes open to us with a new mechanic, and it's going to have new events, and it's going to have new quirks and connections for our pips, which makes me very excited. So, okay, it's just going to leave that mystery for me. Okay, it is going to just leave that mystery for me. What? Oh my gosh, and we actually do not have that many more memories. I thought we were gonna unlock like all of this. Boy, this is why I'm not very good with math, but that's okay. Like, dyscalculus sucks. The Jester or the Idiot. The Jester unlocks a new building, it looks like. The Idiot, a memory. Let's go ahead and go with the Idiot, as odd as that sounds. Oh, we learned about a monster? Oh, that wasn't exactly... I suspected we were going to find something you wouldn't expect under the quote-unquote idiot memory, but monsters? I remember once an ugly monster came out of nowhere, oh my gosh, and it's like #1 VIP. Oh boy. And attacked the village. Everybody was scared, but I was pretty sure something was off. Oh, I wonder if that's actually like a pip who, they're an outsider. They'll roam on the village outskirts. I wonder if you're supposed to like figure out if they're really a monster or not. Maybe that's kind of the whole arc. Like, apparently it can lead to a good thing or a bad thing. And it produces fear and it's generated by something. Oh man, we're gonna have to keep an eye on that. And the Idiot. This one pip, there was something wrong with him, but he was mostly harmless, so we just left him alone. Pat, pat, there you go, buddy. We'll go ahead and let you roam about. All right, so, wow. Cows! I went ahead and let myself peek at that one. But yeah, that actually is all the memories we can unlock. I legitimately thought we were gonna just go through the rest of the thing. So, it turns out we do need another elder if we want to continue on with discovering even more about the world. Wow. So, let us go ahead and with 43% of our memories gone and obtained, and 43% of the items contained. I've only completed one story, so I don't know why it says 2 stories. Let us carry on and let us find our new village. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Especially because last time we played with an easier fate, one may say. And you can even like go ahead and like play a really relaxing fate if you wish. But we found ourselves so powerful that we were able to kick the domains in the face absolutely no problem. This time around, I think we need to be a little bit more honest about our abilities. So you can go from easier to normal, a survival experience suited for most players, difficulty 100%, or you could go to difficulty hard, suggested for players of strategy games, 150%. You could also go for harder. Events are relentless. prepare to die, 200%. And then there's a challenge that obviously is not available to us yet, because I think you have to go ahead and prove your mettle with the harder ability first. Well, you know, after careful consideration, I was going to sassily say we should just go ahead and do the harder, but I think this time around we shall dive into a hard village with the shaman herself to see what their fate might be. This may be a bit more of a challenge, but we'll experience this, and if we kick its butt, then, you know, like the metaphorical gloves are coming off and like smacking the domains in the face, and it'll be an all-out battle for survival. So I think that's going to be quite fun. But the shaman, the wisest person I have ever met with a deep connection to the natural world, this is the tale of her cursed village. We would start in a terrain called the Glade. The secluded glade is found in the farthest area of the forest where plenty of animals live. And we would have the totems with us, tents with us, different types of tents, and different types of totems. The death of animals would generate 5 fear. The shaman's people really love animals, and they get pretty sad whenever one passes away for any reason. Oh, for any reason? Keep in mind, my friends, that wild events can occur around the herding areas. So if we happen to have a bunch of chickens clutched close to our chest and deeply beloved, never daring to go ahead and have them disappear as we find chicken fruit, even if we didn't like turn them into chicken fruit, or, you know, the metaphorical turn them into chicken fruit, there can be wild random events where they could get raided, and like the chicken coop could have a fox in it or something, probably. So it may be out of our hands, so we need to remember that. And then plant growing generates for nature. Growing plants lets the shaman get more in tune with the world around her. And we would have a little bit of wood, a little bit of berries, and a little bit of leather to go ahead and begin. And I think this all looks great. Okay, now I'm kind of nervous because it's going to be a lot harder, but let's do it. Let's do it. DotAGE is a long and merciless game. By choosing the hard difficulty, you acknowledge that you are ready to risk losing multiple times. Yes, I'm going to do it anyway. And if we lose this village, well, you know, the patrons knew what they were in for. Let me tell you a story. It begins before any of you were born. They had been traveling for days in foreign lands. This is the story of how her village was born. The story of how the shaman bested the prophecy. Oh yeah, it's gonna be, oh, it's so cute, look at all the bunnies! Oh my gosh. Her story begins in a remote valley, not unlike our own. Just a few more steps, my dear companions. We are almost there. Feel the earth under your feet and the wind in your hair. Let nature guide us. That's adorable. Ah, they're so cute. Look at the bunnies. Oh my gosh. I love this place. Look at the shaman do a side shuffle. I don't know what she reminds me of. Kind of like a flounder, I guess. Oh, she was lovely. She knew all the sounds of the trees and the animals. We must stay here and embrace the spirits of nature. This looks like a pretty nice place, shaman. Let us work in hand with the elements and spirits of nature, my companions. Together we will build a harmonious village. Now, let's begin. They immediately began to build their village, guided by the wisdom and grace of the shaman. Oh boy, here we go. Okay, so we obviously need like a town center. Apparently, I want to make sure that oh, look, there's fish. Okay, but remember the death of it. Oh, there's birds in the trees. That's where they go. Ah, it's so precious. Okay, so last time we really needed to have a lot of space for our town center. There's fertile ground around here too. So maybe we'll put town center right here because this looks like a great spot. There's tons of room in all directions. There's some fertile ground and there's room to grow. So we'll put it here. Yay, okay, so we built the biovac. This bivouac was a miserable excuse for a shelter, but we had to travel light to reach our village. We were lucky to get any sleep at all, with the snoring and tossing and turning. So it counts as our village center, where I, as the or I guess, yeah, well, me as the elder, and also, like, look how cute she is. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. All right, well, we have 4 pips not doing anything just yet, and thankfully we, whoops, well, I didn't put... All right, we're about to eat some plums because I legitimately didn't put us close enough to the berry bushes, but that's okay. So we can go ahead and collect wood. We can go ahead and have commoner housing, the town center, and the totem, which requires 1 animal within the terrain. This is how we get knowledge. So let's for sure make sure that this is tended to. We'll put it here. And then once it gets built, whoa, look at all these things. This is so cool. This is so different than our last village. Memory retrieved. The mountain spring. These springs were ingeniously placed where the stone was leaking water to ensure that we could keep most of it from falling to the ground. That's so pretty. It reminds me of the mountain springs up in the Appalachian Mountains, which my husband and I love. We fell in love up there after all. I always joke with Chips that he had like an environmental boost to our dating because like the mountains are so beautiful and he is so just stunning already. So it was like double combo. All right. In any case, the mountain spring, it's susceptible to being frozen. Okay. So the well didn't get frozen. I'm gonna need to remember that because we're gonna need water for things. All right, mountain spring. Welcome, mountain spring. And then a field collector. So the field collectors, by carefully observing the grass that grew all around the fields off season, pips were able to find new resources for hemp and seeds. Okay. +2 of field building is nearby. So this is different than the forager that we had in the village of Arawiderio. Oh, and by the way, this village is known as uphill because you need to go uphill both ways when you are an elder after all. So this is going to be, yeah, the village of Uphill. And then I don't remember the research tree information. I think sometimes the research tree is different every village. I'm going to need to look that up again, but that's one of the appeals of DotAGE is that it's different every single time you play. You don't always work with the same domains. They don't always have the same events. There are literally dozens and dozens and dozens of different types of events that could happen. So I'm very excited about all that. And now let's see. So, oh, new thing. Oh no, that's the rabbit hutch. Okay, and that will have the rabbits go into it. And then I think after that, then you can research the wool, which can also come from the rabbit shearer. The shearer has such a cute little like funky hat. I love it so much. The village hall could be the upgrade. Wow, there's already like buy your cheese pips again, which yes, is what I am going to continue to call the bourgeoisie because I cannot pronounce that consistently to save my life. And then over here, what is this? A fan? Pips designed these fans to provide a bit of cooling against the heat. Pretty ingenious, don't you think? That's cute. So that actually gives you a little bit of cold. Okay. And then we have the meeting point for Hope once again as a social spot, the bonfire to keep warmth and take care of wet pips. We've never had a wet pip actually, so it'll be interesting to see how that works out. Ooh, and the Solace Buffet. We didn't have that last time, and it looks like finally people can like do something completely by themselves that gives hope. For some pips, the thought of eating a little more than they needed was a great way to feel relaxed. Okay. I'm gonna remember that because once you get a lot of pips, the food disappears fast. But it would be interesting because if you give them simple food, you get health and hope as long as it's next to a dwelling. That's really cool. Then the totems, we should probably research the tall totem ASAP so that we can get more research points. The altar to go ahead and give some of the food we have to the nature gods. The paper maker. Wow, okay. So we can have like a paper maker. There's bandages. Here's infusions. Construction. So far, signpost. Stone gatherer. wood gathering, the warehouse, the workbench, the clearing. All right, many of these things do indeed look quite familiar to me. Intrigued to see how the signpost apparently can get a special upgrade if we have our memory beans joggled. And this is going to be quite fascinating because this is a little bit of a different layout than we had before. And again, I think one of the appeals to DotAGE is that the research tree is supposed to be slightly different every time. But for now, we need to go ahead and watch the rabbits and contemplate life by hopefully having the tall totem give us that ability. Also, do we have the signpost researched yet? We don't. All right, we're also going to need to work on getting the signpost researched because otherwise I don't know how we're going to be able to get a lot of resources. We'll get some wood gathered with the wood pile. I don't want to put it right here because I think this is actually, yeah, underground water right here. Can I put anything down for underground water yet? No. Well, we'll put down another totem then. These totems just need an animal nearby. It doesn't seem like they actually need nobody to be nearby like our thinking trees did. And it's kind of nice to have both of them over here, sort of like balancing it out. Cool. Yay, we got some plums. That's really fun. Are they only available in spring? Is it spring? Wait a second. We don't even have like the threats of the domains over our heads yet. We don't even have the prophecy yet. Huh. Oh, druid! Oh my gosh, we have to train people to be druids to be able to do that. Okay, well, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, so let's go ahead and train somebody as a druid. Should I train 2 people as druids, or can I... We do have a little bit of leather, so I could go ahead and we could have another pipling already be added in. This looks like a really great fertile area, so I don't want to add too many houses and stuff over there. Maybe put house down here. Okay, we'll start with that, and then let's see. Everybody busy? Good. Okay. I'm nervously like glancing around. We got a little tent. We have another. Oh, yay, druid training. Oh, and we need to name all of our first piplings, of course. So we shall do that in just a moment as well. And maybe I'll put down a couple more tents because it'll expand our village territory quite a bit. Okay. All right. This is a nice peaceful spring so far. I like it. Also, if you note, the tree being on top of the fertile spot means that we get 8 plums from that instead of just 5. That's really cool. Neat. Okay. Okay. Carefully optimistic. Slightly concerned on how we're going to have the dwellings if we need leather for them. Because, you know, getting the leather would be really from sad resources, just saying. Unless we can go ahead and, like, get a new type of house. That would need 3 leather. We might need to very carefully figure out how one would get the leather. I guess we would need it from sad places until we can figure out how to get it from other resources. Well, maybe we could at least keep like a solemn heart about these things. Ooh, wow. Oh, what? I didn't realize. What? Oh my gosh, I've totally missed this the entire first village. Okay, well, in any case, let us maybe have a couple more days go past just to see what we see. I might train another Pip as a druid. Can they have a Pip baby in a second? Because I wouldn't mind having like more babies added in. And then we shall have a ceremony to celebrate the village of Uphill. And yeah, okay. What do I need for just the... Okay, so how about we have a couple of our pips take a break and they shall welcome in a new baby. And with the birth of the child, the first child of our village, we shall also gift everyone special names and then tentatively say everything looks okay so far. Which means I should probably be really, 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 really concerned. But we're enjoying our plums. We're having fun watching the bunnies. And so far, nobody is threatening us immediately with domain-esque death and doom. So let's go ahead and welcome in Dino Dave. Dino Dave, welcome to our group. I might leave numbers out of it just so I don't get really my head spinning. But Dino Dave, thank you so much for being our wildlife hero who has helped keep our community going for so long. I mean it, you guys. Like, I wish I could like shake oranges at all of you to try to emphasize how amazing it has been to have our patrons have our back, especially over the last couple, like, you know, the last year. And so thank you, Dino Dave. Thank you. I always get excited when I get to build your big special things in our zoo crafting world. And Ginger Fury, welcome back. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Lord Thunder, hey, you're gonna be a thinker this time. And then we've got, let's see, Marsh, Midge. Welcome back, Marsh. I feel like I was just hanging out with all y'all because we were literally just like in our other village. Oh my goodness. And then your local girl gamer. Your local girl is just gonna have to be what we got there. I'm sorry, your local girl gamer, but I actually think that's really fun. All right, welcome to the first of our fantastic patrons who have made many of these adventures possible. Wow, you can only have one new pipling per tent. We're gonna need to contemplate that as well. And we shall go ahead and perhaps add in another new tent, tentatively. Puns fully intended there. Ha 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 ha. And perhaps even another new tent, just to make sure we have access to a ton of the resources. Oh, I love the birdies. I can't wait to see what happens with the bird flock, like if it just has special events or not, because that'll be fun. And so far, tentatively, puns intended, it seems like the village of the village of Uphill, both ways, happens to be okay. Wait. No, yeah, the elder's still not giving us any prophecies of doom. I am beginning to get suspicious though. These are slightly suspicious bunnies. But all right, everyone, we're gonna do this. We're gonna make it happen. We have got like a bunch of different trees. How long is the plum tree good for? Like, oh, spring and summer. Oh my gosh, like that's fantastic. Yeah, we're gonna do this. We're hopefully going to have our village thrive, and nobody seems too alarmed just yet, which means I should probably be frantically making sure we pile resources. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.